Our today's section is Chapter 8, Section 2, 8.2, Government in Athens. The big idea is the people of Athens tried many different forms of government before creating a democracy. So they tried a bunch of different forms of government before eventually settling on a democracy. The main ideas are aristocrats and tyrants ruled early Athens. Athens created the world's first democracy. An ancient democracy was different than modern democracy. So main idea one, aristocrats and tyrants ruled early Athens. Athens was the city where democracy was born, but it started out as an oligarchy, a government in which only a few people hold power. A group of rich landowners called aristocrats held all the power. As a result of rebels trying to overthrow the aristocrats, harsh laws were created by a man named Draco. Eventually, a man named Solon created a set of laws allowing all free men to be citizens, people who had the right to participate in government. Stratos overthrew the oligarchy, however, and became the ruler of Athens. He was called a tyrant, a leader who held power through the use of force. Tyrants were usually good, not harsh, leaders in ancient Greece. Main idea two, Athens created the world's first democracy. A leader named Cleisthenes, a member of one of the most powerful families in Athens, overthrew the aristocracy and established the world's first democracy. For this reason, he is considered the father of democracy. So Cleisthenes is the father of democracy. Democracy under Cleisthenes. Under Cleisthenes, all citizens in Athens had the right to participate in the assembly, or the gathering of citizens that created the city's laws. They needed many citizens to participate and sometimes had to go searching for people to be in the assembly. Changes in Athenian democracy. As time passed, citizens got more power, such as serving on juries. Athens reached its height under Pericles, who encouraged people to take pride in their city. We'll learn more about Pericles in the future. He also began to pay people who served in public office or on juries. This was really important because most people couldn't afford to just serve public office or on juries and not get paid. So it was usually only the rich people that were able to do it. But because he started to pay people, other people besides the rich people were able to start to do these types of jobs. The end of democracy in Athens. Athens was conquered by the Macedonians and fell under their influence. The king ruled like a dictator. No one could make decisions without his approval. The assembly still met to make laws, but it had to be careful not to upset the king. Eventually, a new king took over and ended Athenian democracy altogether. Main idea three, ancient democracy was different than modern democracy. All citizens in Athens could participate directly in the government, which was called a direct democracy. Each vote counted and a majority ruled. The United States is too large for direct democracy to work for the whole country. Instead, we have a representative democracy. In a representative democracy, also called a republic, citizens elect officials to represent them in government. These officials then make the laws. So this is how ancient democracy was different than our democracy today, which is a modern democracy. So back in Athens, all citizens in Athens could participate directly. So they all went there and they all voted, and everybody's vote counted towards whatever they were voting on. The United States cannot do that. We have too many people in our country. We can't get the whole population of our country into one place and then have every single person vote on a topic. So we have to have representative democracy, where we elect officials that represent us in government, and then they make the decisions and the laws based on who we elect. And that's how ancient democracy was different than modern democracy. Cleisthenes was the father of democracy, not Pericles. Now you go on to take care of the questions and the quiz for section 2.